So how do you guys collect royalties? Does it just show up on your bank account?
Yeah, so it's the performing rights organizations and record companies, they do all the uh, collection on an artist's behalf. And then it's an automatic direct deposit quarterly, monthly, or um, semi-annually.
Right. Now, do you ever worry that, like, I actually don't know how they inspect the where the songs are played, or if they are collecting 100% of the royalties. Like, are you ever worried that, maybe the songs are played so many times, but they're not actually collecting the full amount of it? Do you know how they
Well,
work?
the, that's where compliments of the technology companies, as shown in the example with Janae Sewell, most of the income is now streaming, and you can
Mm-hmm.
see the streams. Where before we couldn't have talked about music being an asset class before the technology company, so in the early 2000s or 90s, because the audit process was definitely very hard because you don't really know how many albums sold at HMV or whatnot, uh, unless you, I guess, went to the CD manufacturer to see how many were actually produced. Then you could probably perform an audit like that on the record label. Um, but because of technology, it's made everything way more transparent, and majority of the income is coming from streaming. It's a lot easier to know if there's something nefarious going on in the black box. It's still a weird lag. Like for example, um, Spotify, if we streamed a song on Spotify, it doesn't show up in the bank account that month. It's usually 3 months for Spotify to pay the PRO, and then the PRO takes another 3 months for it to deposit that money into your bank account. I think, with technology and blockchain over time, it will speed up that process. But just on I guess another note, the entire music industry was a private industry, and now you've got Spotify, a publicly traded company, Universal, publicly traded company, Warner, a publicly traded company, et cetera, et cetera. So it's become way more transparent as an industry as opposed to this black box with a lot of nefarious things going on, including, you know, bootlegging of albums.